Historic that while we call it the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It's the AFL, NFL World Championship game before the Super Bowl really took hold. And think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two. It got us kicked off and started towards where we...
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be... returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got him in. Complete. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there for the Dolphins. 68 yards. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got it first and goal at the 7. They're going to look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So second and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. Looking to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll look to throw here. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Gurley. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. The 20. And they can't bring him down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback is scrambling around, actually takes off and runs downfield. And that's exactly what he did.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got it first and goal at the 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. And now he'll tuck it and run. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that,
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He was looking that time for Stills. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reasons, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Back to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really hard to hurt you. Wide open receiver complete.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They'll set up a throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
But deep, got his man, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back on Super Bowl Sunday after this. He'll drop to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. This is caught. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 50 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here come the Dolphins. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. DJ Moore from 3 yards out. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Jackson now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. So we've reached halftime here in Super Bowl 55. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams ready after the halftime spectacle, and we are back underway in Super Bowl 55. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now he'll let it go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Back to throw now on first down. Now he's flushed out right. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. A deep ball for Gurley. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Dolphins will start their drive at the 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And that's caught inside the 30. There he goes left side. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so it might as well have not even had the penalty.
They go play action here on first down. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Shaq Thompson in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be fourth down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will tie things at 17-all. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Forced out to his left. And that one's complete to Gurley. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Lucky 56.
Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the fourth.
No, Jack, Patriot! Detroit! Now let's go! 319!
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate Big plays for an offense.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a handoff for Gurley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from me a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Detroit!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say...
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Tie game, 4th quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation. How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Oh, now backing up, and he's out of the end zone. The referee was right there to call it, and that is a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the 4th quarter, tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon, and not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around, play it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy with time starting to become a factor.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over, and they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Leopard! Gone! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Buying time to his left. A deep ball for Gurley. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally, you would think he'd just take off and run downfield. He was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Flushed out right. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Rams have got it back. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On first down, it's Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll escape to his left. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
No. Jack, Patriot! Detroit!
They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Leonard Williams in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
Wonder how they did it. Wonder if they twitched a little bit up front, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. The Rams have won the Super Bowl, and they will get the Lombardi Trophy. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely Do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.